Hey, welcome florists and flower lovers back to our channel here at the Boerma Instituut. This is the first live stream of 2024. My name is Mike Boerma, and behind the computer over there is Angelica, my partner, and we have had a great winter break. We are just back since last Monday, and yesterday Angelica and I signed a contract and we have officially moved to Holland now. So, well, officially we have moved there. All our stuff still has to go there. So this weekend a lot of our friends, they will come over, help us out, bring our stuff over there. So exciting times, a fresh beginning. So the fresh beginning and then / new beginning. So the new beginning is also the theme of today's live stream. I have a bunch of flowers over here. It's all in white. Normally I don't like to use white on the live streams because it's such a vibrant color and the lights are reflecting off so intensely. So you might not see perfectly what's going on, but I hope I tuned the camera settings well enough that you can still see what's happening. So if this is the first time that you're watching, please feel free to ask any question that you want. That's what we're here for. We're a floristry school here in Aalsmeer, Holland, and we've been teaching floristry since 1980. I say we, but actually it's my mom who has been teaching here since way back then, and my grandpa started the school then, and now since 10 years, 11 years, I'm also working here, and we've been doing these streams since 2020, so that's already 4 years now. Pretty wild. Anyway, what I have in front of me is 3 bowls, different sizes. Well, 2 are the same, 1 is smaller. And in those bowls are the biodegradable foam from Oasis. So for those of you who do not know, the biodegradable foam is a thing that got introduced relatively recently. It's 91% biodegradable, so still not 100% yet, but they're working on the formula to make it 100% as soon as possible, because at Oasis they've been wanting to get biodegradable foam since the 90s. It's not so easy to do. Back in the 90s they introduced something similar, or tried to bring something on the market, but at the time nobody bought anything like that. People weren't so much interested in biodegradability. So they eventually took it off the market again. But now, since people are very eager for this biodegradable product, and a lot of people are saying we don't want any microplastics, they're trying again. But obviously, in such a short period, they cannot develop a purely 100% product. But I've heard that they're really, really well on their way. There are some other products on the market that are usable. There is, I think, what's it called, Angelica? Yeah, there's the agro wool, but the downside is that it's basically rock wool. So there are still microfibers and little rocky things that do enter your skin. So it's not very, not that great to handle with your bare hands. Also, the fibrous texture of this product is not so easy to insert flowers in. And then there is another ocean pouch. I still have to try out the ocean pouch. We got a sample recently, so if you want me to use the ocean pouch, let me know, and I'll make an arrangement in it just to test it out on the go while we're live. Next time I'm live, and I'll test it out and find out together with you if it's nice or if it's not nice. I have no clue, but I'm willing to test it in any case.
And you also have BioBrick.
Yes, TerraBrick it's called.
TerraBrick, yeah.
TerraBrick is another product by Oasis that's on the market, 100% biodegradable, but the texture is a little bit like earth. I haven't tried it out myself yet. I also have it somewhere. I want to use it for a video to compare all the alternatives and see which one holds up best. But the thing is, you know, the foam texture is just so good. A lot of people in the industry, when they do big installments, they still use it because it's so convenient. And on the job you need to be fast. Of course, you can freeze stem. But the problem with free stemming is that on a hot day, it's not so great for the flowers. And to be honest, if you use flowers just for one day, even though I understand, you know, it's a event, it only has to be for one day. But then you're using flowers for one day, throwing them away afterwards. That's also not very environmentally friendly, and it's not really, I feel like, honoring the flowers so much if you just use them for one day and then throw them in the bin, especially on that scale. Might as well reuse them again for something else, or you know, be able to reuse them somehow. And a lot of event florists, they do that, and I think that is great. But of course, the quality loss is so big if they don't get proper water. So I'm not so fond of free stemming. I'm not against it, but I wouldn't do it myself for an arrangement. And by free stemming, I mean in the air, so not in any water. Of course, I do like working with chicken wire and such. I have no issue with that. It's perfectly fine. We can work with that as an alternative in so many cases. So I do sometimes. So we have 1.5 brick in here, 2 bricks in there, and 1/3 of a brick in here. Actually, so yeah, it's 1 brick and 1/3, 2/3. So these are 2 bricks in total, and then we have 2 other bricks over there, just to get some stability. And again, if you have any questions over there, please let us know. Angelica will help us out, and bring your questions to me. So I have a lot of products. I have these amaryllis that were left over from a class. I think if I look at it, they are not too blown out on the screen. Yeah, I think it's all right. Of course, the more we get to the light, of course it starts to get blown out. But anyway, that's fine. So I have 3 of them. That means I can put 2 on one side, 1 on the other, maybe like this, maybe like that. And I can insert them into the foam right away. That is not a problem, but sometimes maybe you want to have some help to make it a little bit more firm. So what you can do is use a stick and put the stick inside of the stem and then insert it, and that will help you as well. So that's a possibility. So let's see, where are we gonna go? Are we gonna go like that? I think I would like to go like this. So there we go. Whoop. This gives us some extra stability. And then, Angelica, I see your hand. Oh, no. So just before the live stream, maybe you can explain what happened.
Remember that we have a dog named Jake, and he is an adorable blonde Labrador. I was walking him, and we were just about to cross the street back to the Boerma Institute, and the neighbor's dog came around the corner and ran to the fence and barked 2 times, and Jake, well, ended up pulling me across the road.
Literally.
I was flying almost. Well, long story short, I hit the fence and my arm broke a part of the fence. So I'm a bit in pain, I guess.
Luckily, your arm isn't broken. At least our
I
sister,
hope, yeah.
my sister came, my stepsister, and she is a nurse. So very, very coincidentally, she's just here now. So we asked her for her medical expertise, and she checked Angelica, see if she could move. So it's not broken, but the muscles are heavily bruised,
Well,
right?
we need to keep an eye on it.
Well, we
she
need to
also
keep an
said.
eye on it, but it seemed that...
As long as I can move my hand, it will be fine.
Yeah. So then amaryllis over here.
But there aren't any questions, but there are people saying hello to you in the
Oh,
chat.
nice. Hi. Welcome.
We have Daisy Taufer saying hi from Argentina.
Oh, hi. Thank you for joining us.
And another Daisy, but written differently, says,
Oh,
hi,
yeah.
lucky me, you were late, so was I.
Yeah, sorry about being late, but yeah, thank you for joining us.
We have Anila Hendocha saying Happy New Year.
Hi, Happy New Year. Yes, thank you very much. Best wishes from everyone here as well.
Eve also says Happy New Year.
Nice, thank you.
And Roxy says hello from the cold and snowy western shore of Lake Michigan.
Oh, wow. Hi. Welcome to the stream.
Daisy sends a heart. And Yeti says 2024, another year of beautiful flower pieces.
Thank you very much, JT. Welcome back.
And Anila Hindocha says,
Good
so
to have
sorry
you.
to hear about your accident. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Much appreciated. So, for those living in the US, April 8th, I'm going to Philadelphia, or at least Pennsauken officially. It's Jersey, but it's just across the river from Philly. And we're going to do the professional course, our level 1 program over there. If you didn't know yet, that's what we're going to do. It's a 4-week program, 2 weeks in April, 2 weeks in November, and it's the exact program as we do it here in Holland. So that's the first time that we're going to bring our exact program over. So it's very excited. It's already some people registered. So if you've always wanted to join one of our classes, but traveling across the ocean was a little bit troublesome, then maybe this is easier, and you can join us over there. So what I'm doing is thinking about the golden rule right now when I'm putting my flowers in. And I'm doing that by thinking about distance between the flowers. So I have, for example, 2 amaryllis here, 1 over there, so they make an asymmetrical triangle, very stretched. And then I have some ornithogalum here, and here. And also from the top view, they make an asymmetrical triangle as well.
So the name Daisy is actually not Daisy, but it's Linda from Denmark who is behind Daisy.
Oh, is it Linda Nielsen? Thank you. Yes, we have the International Floral Teacher Seminar, and I read your message. You weren't able to come over, unfortunately.
And we have Charlene Newberg saying good morning from FT Lauderdale.
Oh, Fort Lauderdale,
Ah,
I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Hi, thank you for joining us. Welcome. So I'm grabbing some more materials. I have Rosa Smeralda, and these are a little bit older. I think they're from last year, right? Am I right? Or did they just come in looking like they're from last year? Because that happens sometimes. So they've lost their leaves, but still they have an interesting, funny movement that I'd like to use. So I'm putting them in there, and then I'm looking like, where will they fit best? Because it's kind of like a Dutch garden, what I'll be making here. Meaning that I'll put the flowers in groups in a way that some of them are higher than the others are lower. Angelica.
Eve says, hi teacher, I am very happy to be able to watch the live stream on time today. I am currently a student from Taiwan and was always amazed by the teacher's design.
Hi, thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Yes, Taiwan. I'll be going back, I think around June. So keep an eye on Wenyu, on the Boerma Instituut Taiwan, and Wenyu will update whenever I'll be actually coming over. And the idea is to come there, so again in June, but also in autumn. So there will be some programs. Some are for the teachers and some are for the students. So, all right, so I put some heights in there. And then I like to do some base dressing just so I know what's up and how much I'm covering with what I have before I'm really putting in all the heights, and it's going to be quite difficult to put them in. So we have a lot of leftover materials from this week. We had the Dutch Floral Design Club last night, and they also had a New Year's theme, I believe, right, Angelica?
Yeah, the theme was cheers.
Oh, cheers, yeah. I saw a lot of champagne corks, or so that's why I thought it was New Year's. So this is brassica. This is a type of cabbage. It's a decorative cabbage, and I think it's a nice way to cover the base a little bit. Of course, they are such long, beautiful stems, perfect for bouquets, and I'm using them very short. Kind of a pity, but on the other hand, you know, they're such nice fillers.
You know that you can regrow them if you leave them in water. They will sprout roots.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So the house that we have in Haarlem now, it has a little garden. Well, actually, I think it's a big garden, but it's, you know, it's a row house, and it's in the center of the city, so it's not so big, relatively speaking, to what people might think when I'm saying a big garden. But for us, having not had a garden, but just a French balcony, it's a very big garden. We might be able to grow our own vegetables over there.
Yes, we do.
That's going to be awesome. And some beautiful plants. And we were speaking with Frédéric Dupré, and we already kind of asked him if he's coming over here again, that he could look in our garden and give us some tips, because oh my God, if you've never seen Frédéric's garden before, I recommend checking him out on Instagram. His garden's Instagram, or the Instagram he has for his garden, is Au Jardin de Frédéric, I think. So if you look at that, then you'll find his beautiful garden, and he has the most insane materials in his garden. But then again, he lives in southern France, more or less, right? So yeah, he does have beautiful weather always. But in any case, it's lovely to see what he can grow. And he has a lot of knowledge, as he's also a gardener. And I don't have a lot of knowledge about gardening at all. So I'm looking forward to his advice. So this is a plant kokedama. I think Sil maybe made last year for the live stream, the last live stream of the season. And I thought maybe I could just incorporate it into my work, as it's still good. And yes, I will use a thick wire for that. Like so. And I will put it in, pierce through the ball and just hook it in. And then maybe another one, because I think I made one too short. So I was trying to save money by cutting it in half, but actually I should have just gone in like that. There we go. Yeah, all right. And then I have another one over here. So sorry if I halfly leave the screen, because of course we want to think about that golden rule and repetition and keeping it simple. So always working in the triangles. So I'll put one here as well. Oop. And then maybe I'm lazy and I'll just put one in here without its kokedama, but kind of hidden away in there, tucked away, so no one will know there's no kokedama. Okay, so then talking about filling stuff up, I'm using some, maybe these beautiful color will come later. Filling stuff up, I'll be using some gorgeous eucalyptus. And I'll make some bridging, or not really literally bridging, but I'll just make some stuff go from one side to the other side in groups. So this is another one of those designs that I like to show you just from the start. Not a lot of prep work was there, except for collecting the materials and putting the foam on there. Sometimes I like to have a whole structure ready, but not today. Also, I'm going to show you some other things. Not necessarily going to be designing, but if it weren't for our amazing mortgage man, I don't know how you call that in English, the mortgage man. No, I don't know, it's not retailer, but the mortgage man. Anyway, if I say the mortgage man, you probably know what I mean. The person who helps you with your mortgage. If it wasn't for that guy, we wouldn't have had this place, because he went above and beyond what he had to do as a mortgage man. He communicated for us with the seller of the house and made sure that they knew that we could actually get the mortgage, because that's always kind of scary. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why the person who sold the house accepted our offer. So we're very grateful. So I made a nice bouquet for him earlier today. But of course, when we went to go give him the bouquet, he was just gone for 10 minutes or something like that, maybe even 5. So when we called him, he was already on the highway. So we'll have to bring that to him next week. But because of that, I can show you the bouquet. There's a nice rose in there from DecoFresh. It's the Rosa Kahala. I think it's a beautiful one. I was at the auction this morning and I saw them selling it, so I thought, I have to use that one.
Irene Tuinkrode says hypotheekadviseur, so it's a mortgage advisor.
Yes, hypotheekadviseur, yeah. But what is that in English?
It has an official name, right?
Is it a mortgage advisor? I think mortgage man is a nice Mr. Mortgage Man, like some kind of superhero. But anyway, we have no idea about how finances work, so it's really nice that people are actually there that can calculate stuff and explain it 100 times. I think the man explained every part maybe 3 or 4 times, because I just didn't understand anything what they were talking about.
Charlene Newberg says, I love Dutch garden style. What type of foam are you using?
So I'm using the 91% biodegradable foam from Oasis. So it's the brown foam. I don't know if that's available everywhere. We sell it in our online shop, of course, floraldesignSupplies.nl. My brother is running that shop. And we do ship internationally, but I mean, probably shipping and such makes it not very viable. But I think normally biodegradable foam is about 20% more expensive than the regular foam. So it's not even crazy expensive or something, right? It's just a little bit extra. But it's like investing in a new technology. That's how I see it. And hopefully they'll be able to get to the 100% soon. So I'm just cutting the eucalyptus in parts so that I can use also the shorter pieces and cover some more foam. Like that. And then I think I'll be putting this away. Then I have something that I don't usually use a lot, but sometimes I think it's all right. Ooh. The painted flowers I usually don't use very much, but I think with asparagus, there's just something about it that when they're gold or white, I don't mind it too much. I really get that winterly, Christmassy feeling.
It's the orange and the pink and the blue that are... Ugh.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. When the colors get like too crazy. So, I got some candles over there, so I shouldn't put them too close to the candles. So, and if if you're just tuning in, welcome. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have. That's what we're here for. To give advice, or if something isn't quite understandable why am I doing something, then please ask. So, let's have a look. Maybe I want something more dramatic. So I'll keep some longer stems. But these don't have a nice point. Maybe like this, so that they're ending off the table. I think that's all right. And then maybe coming back over there. Like that. Yes, Angelica. Oh, no, sorry, I thought you saw something. Ooh, yes, I shouldn't be forgetting about this. We have lovely liliums, so lilies right now. Let's make some more vocal or more interest, not necessarily a vocal, but just some heavier things inside. Because if I look at the one over there, it's quite lonely. Don't want to go too high, but a little bit something in there. Yes, like so. Yeah, Dutch garden is also really one of my favorite styles because it gives you a lot of freedom of expression and the possibilities are endless, really.
And you can basically make it for any occasion.
Yeah, true. Could be cool for a wedding, for like a table setting, just for in the house,
Hotel
at a
lobby.
hotel. Yeah, it's very multi-purpose style. So I'm removing the petals on there, and let's see here. It's kind of hard to see because when you go from 3D to 2D on the camera, it doesn't always look as good.
And it's all white.
Yes, and it's all white. But let's see, I'll probably put it here, a shorter one, so that it continues a little bit more. Careful. Yes. Did I kill something? No. There we go. Heavier a little bit over there. Kind of like that. Yes. Then moving the leaves again. Then I switch the highest point to become this lily. Then there becomes a little bit more symmetry starts to happen now because this height is just the same height.
Question from Anila Hindolcha.
Yes.
Do you remove the pollen from the lilies?
Ah, yeah. So I personally don't. Can you press again? Yeah, thank you. So, the controller doesn't work from the camera. I think that maybe the camera is, the battery's dead of the remote. But anyway, sorry. It depends. So if this would be if I would make a bridal bouquet, yes, then I remove the pollen. Yeah, it will take a little while for it to. Oh, sorry about that. I'll just come over there. Wait, dan moet je hem eventjes uitzetten en aanzetten. Weet je nog? Kijk. Zo, even dit.
Ik kan niet klikken.
Even zo. En zo. Alright, so there we are. We're back. Sorry about that. I'll also zoom out a little bit because I'm noticing that. So. Okay. So the question for the pollen. I would remove it, but only, but only if it's like for a bridal bouquet or something that you think a lot of people will touch it. I personally like the natural look of the pollen on the lily itself. It looks a little bit weird for me when it's empty on the inside. But yeah, for a bridal bouquet, definitely we don't want any pollen to touch. And communicate with your customer. What's the purpose of this design? Will it be in a place where a lot of people will walk past it and touch it? Then yeah, I would say remove the pollen. But for instance, if this is a table setting and the table is again this wide, then I wouldn't personally mind too much, as long as the lilies are not too much in a place where people will be touching. But then again, communicate that with the customer. Maybe they don't want at all any risk of any pollen getting touched on any body, then of course we remove it. Yeah. But personally, no, I don't do it. Then, actually, we need a little bit more coverage of the base, and for that I have wired the bark. If you've seen some of the designs we use, if you've seen some of the designs before, we use these barks quite often. This is Maritima bark. It's kind of similar to the one you see, the bark you see used at the parking lots in the US a lot, and some other countries use them as well. I think they are great because they give such a different texture, such a rugged texture, and they fill things very easily. And it's very simple to reuse it. You just they last forever, right? Because it's bark. So yeah, if you are able to reuse it, and just I put them on little wire feet, so that I just have to shove them in like this, and Bob's your uncle. So very simple. Oh, this is a cork bark. We don't use that today. So, and I prefer to have the bigger pieces at the bottom and then the smaller pieces on top. So like that. And maybe a small piece over here. Not that you see it from the camera, but anyway. And then again, piece of bark here.
Question from Irene ten Grode.
Yeah.
Do you drill holes in the bark before you put the wire in?
No, actually, I take, let's see if we can come a little closer and show you. It's very simple. I just use hot glue. Boop. Like this. Yeah. You can see there is a wire and then a small piece of bark. So I do the bark, a drop of hot glue. Then I put the wire there, and then I immediately put a small piece of bark on top of that. Then I hold it for a second, put it on the table and let it harden. And that's how it's stuck. So I don't need to drill anything. I just need to use that hot glue once and it'll stay forever. And the wire I use is 1.2 for that. So a nice thick wire. 1.2 is in centimeters. So 12 millimeter gauge. And it's very convenient.
Irene says thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have Boomer Energy in the chat saying happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. Thank you for joining in. So this is Mondian, I think. Mondia, no? Mondel. Okay, please have a look. I don't, I wrote it down myself, but I can't recognize my handwriting from here, I'm sorry. Mondial. So this is Mondial. It's a lovely rose from Deco Fresh Roses that I got from Peter to use. I shake it open a little bit, wake it up, because it was just from the auction. And it's a lovely green and white rose. And when this opens up, it will become very, very pretty and big. As all the Deco Fresh roses, they become very big when they open up. And I like to use quite a little bit of this close to the base. As we get to the end point of the design. So white roses, I immediately kind of think of a wedding vibes, classical wedding vibes. So maybe we can blow into it a little bit. That also helps. Or like this, some people do it like this. I don't know, but blowing into it. Don't touch the petals with your fingers, preferably not, because then the bacteria from your hands, even though your hands may be very clean, there will always be some bacterial growth on your hands and they will damage the petals, and that's not a good thing, unfortunately. Then bacteria starts to grow, flowers don't last so long, you get the brown spots on there. It's not so nice, unfortunately. So better not to touch the petals. Actually, you say as we come to the end of the design, but that's not true. I still have some nice flowers that I'd like to put in the calla lilies that I showed you at the beginning. Of course, they have to come in. So then I have these beautiful long stems and then I cut them very short. I feel very bad about that always. But I really don't need them that long. See the difference when you do it and when you don't? Yeah. Big difference. I say that, but let's see. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it does open up a little bit, right? So. So our international professional course, the one in the Netherlands, that starts next week already. So we got a group of 10 students. I think that's a nice amount. Not too big of a group. Everyone gets a lot of personal attention. Usually our groups are in between 10 and 15 students. So 10 and 15, yeah. But sometimes the maximum size I would say is 20 for a group like that. For all the weeks, but some people, they come in for only the first week. Some people come in for the first 2 weeks, and then they come back later in the year. So it's possible to follow our programs split into 2 parts, because maybe you cannot get 4 weeks off in one go. Of course, I can imagine. So that's why you are able to split the program into 2 parts or 3 parts if you want here at the Boerma Institute. Then. So, yeah, a lot of people, they do that. But of course, the most fun, I think, is to do all 4 weeks in one go, because most people do that, actually. I think most people do that. And that way, you will be in the same class as your classmates the whole time. So you get to know these new people. They come from all over the world. And it's just good to make those type of connections. And some people, they stay friends for the rest of their lives. So and some people, they communicate with each other later, see maybe someone has a job somewhere, needs some help, and then people will help each other out. So the Mondial from Decofresh, I'm putting it a little bit more on this side as well. Of course, it's an all-sided arrangement. I usually make my designs all-sided. Even if something is going against the wall, something is never really 100% going against the wall, right? So sometimes people can always, that doesn't make sense as a sentence structure. But anyway, sometimes people can still look on the sides And then if you made it a really one-sided arrangement, they'll see just the back side, and the back side will be ugly. And I think that kind of cheapens your work. Then the illusion, because the illusion is broken. So that's why I prefer to make it interesting from all sides. So even the back, if there is even a back to a design, I will make sure that it's looking nice. So, maybe something's gonna come out from there, and let's clean up a little bit over here. Yes, we see this here, that's good. So if you have any questions up until now, please let me know while I have a sip of water. Excuse me. Yes. I'm going to use the calla lilies. And so now we have everything strict, kind of straight up like that. Some things are horizontal, but I don't have any interesting diagonal movement. So I'll be adding these here for that reason. Just looking. Yep. Okay. Making it lean over. It could come from here. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Beautiful double calla lily. And I'm kind of massaging it so that it gets more bent, moves more easily. So, and now I'm kind of throwing it on the ground, but if you have a flower shop, better not to throw your calla stems on the ground because it becomes very slippery and that's dangerous, so better to avoid that. And adding the calla lilies like this creates some depth. Of course, on the screen everything is flat, but in real life, adding materials, going to the front, going to the back, it creates a lot of three-dimensionality, which just matures your design, makes it more interesting to look at. So it's always a good thing to do. Maybe if I had some cool looking curly branches, I could put them in there as well. Just something to add some fun lines and extra movement. Maybe this one comes out from there. This one has 3 heads. That's pretty wild. That's cool. And I don't mind really which direction it's going in. Some people, they always want to have the nose come down, but actually on the plant it kind of grows however it wants. So I'm just exaggerating the movement it was already making. Or could do it like that. That's also cool. Going up. Yeah, why not? I even have other things, but let's not make it too wild. That's a little bit dark over there. So what I could do is add some of these asparagus there, especially on the camera. It becomes very dark. So adding this just, gives something to look to. Angelica.
We have Jonathan Rodriguez in the chat.
Hi.
Saying hi from MXMXMXMX. I don't know if it's a typo or a name for a place, but he also says beautiful.
Thank you very much. First off, thank you very much. Second off, that sounds like a secret society. Ah.
I don't know, I'm not sure.
Yes. I'm from Mexico.
Ah.
That's good. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm glad that you're liking it. Yes. Another. There's this amazing designer from Mexico who's like an expert on color. That would be awesome to invite him over here one day. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, sorry, Angelica.
A question from Boomer Energy.
Oh,
when
yes.
are you making your own wedding arrangement and what would you make?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? First off, I don't know when. Second off,
maybe you should ask Angelica.
my mother coincidentally just came into the room and she's saying, maybe you should ask Angelica. But I don't know. I can kind of answer one part of that question, and that's what would I make if I would, but I wouldn't make it because there's too many people that are offering that they would make it. I think my mother offered to make it. I think Holly Chapel offered to make it. Then there's some other people.
I think Frederic also.
Yeah, I think Frederic. So it's gonna be a tough choice. Who is gonna make it first off? But if I would make it, it would be something that Angelica would like to use, to see. And I remember Angelica naming like 14 different varieties from 14 different types of atmospheres and countries of flowers that don't mix and match at all. They're all beautiful.
It's going to be the ugliest bridal bouquet in the world. And it's all the time when I see a new beautiful flower, I'm like, ooh, I want that in my bridal bouquet.
Yes. So there's proteas in there, there's astrantia in there.
Blushing bright.
Yes, blushing bright. Well, blushing bright and proteas, those go well together, right? But then there's lots of different varieties that don't really match too well.
We shall say the theme is all over the place.
Yes, just like us. So I think, let's see, I'll clear the surroundings a little bit so that we can better see what's on the table. Because the camera angle has moved a little bit, so it's kind of busy. Yes, there we go. So, is it more or less clear now? No, it's not. There's, yes, over there. It's mirrored in the camera, right? So my brain never really knows which side of the screen I'm looking at. All right. Yeah. Then we have the candles, of course, which originally were going to go in the design. But halfway through, I thought, I don't have any space for that. So that kind of got changed. That doesn't make sense.
So Jonathan Rodriguez says, yes, Mexico.
Yes.
So you were right. And also says hi, Angelica. So hi, Jonathan.
Yes. Yeah, yes. Actually, but then they're all at the front. That's a little strange, isn't it? Something like that. Yes. Okay, so yeah, if you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. I would like to thank everyone for watching. It's been my pleasure again. It's always fun to do these live streams. If there's anything that you would like to see, please comment in the comment below, and we will put that in a vote for our Patreons. So I would like to thank our Patreons as well. We haven't been posting in the Patreon a lot, but the Patreons really are the people that are helping us make this possible. They're supporting every month a small fee so that we can get some flowers to use during the stream. We spent quite some time preparing the streams, building it up, and it's our Friday, basically, taking up our Friday mostly for one of us. So we really appreciate that. Thank you so much for helping us. And yeah, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you weren't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel. We do a live stream every other week, so in 2 weeks there will be another live stream. I don't know. It's not going to be my mom, I see. Oh, she's not sure. We'll see who is going. Who is? Yeah, just tell us. Would you like to see my mother do a live stream? Press like. If you would like to see someone else do the live stream, also press like. So thank you very much. Again, really appreciate it a lot. And we'll see you next time. So thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye. See ya.
So I'm going to say goodbye from behind the camera. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.